Hey everyone, it's been a really long time since I've made a video, and that is because it is basketball season. I am coaching the middle school basketball team. It's been 4 years now that I've been coaching this team, and the past couple of years my dad has been helping me. He coached me all growing up, and it is such a privilege to be able to coach with him and coaching my daughter, and it's just so much fun. My dad is 6'7", so everyone thinks that's pretty cool because if you didn't know, that's a thing right now, and it's driving me insane. I never knew I could hate numbers, but I'm starting to hate those numbers because it's said all the time, 6'7". So, but they call him Coach 6'7". It's so much fun, but it does take up so much time, and so I haven't really made any videos, which is fine, but I love making videos because I love talking about what I'm passionate about, and one of those things is teaching. I love talking about teaching and sharing what I'm doing in the classroom. So I first want to talk about what I'm doing in my 7th grade English class. We just finished A Long Walk to Water. I love this book because it's super short. It takes 4 class periods to read. We read it out loud, and we took notes all along the way. Didn't use a study packet or anything like that this time. Took notes along the way, and we focused on the good nature of people. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in this book, and you could focus on the negativity and think, wow, people are really bad. War is bad. Yes, it is. However, in those tough situations, there's a lot of examples of people being good. So now we are working on an argumentative essay on why people are good in this book, evidence of it in hard times, how people can rise up, be good leaders, help people when they are dying. Even if they're dying themselves, they're helping others. And so we're writing this essay. It's an argumentative essay, but it's also a lit analysis, and we're focusing on structure and citation. And so one of my friends taught me this, and I'm loving it. We did it last year too, where as soon as the students open up their Google Doc, they share it with me. And then I'm able to live, as they're writing it, click their Google Doc and check where they're at, and I can make comments. And then sometimes I can pull kids aside like, hey, you're way off on this, let's do this. And that way I'm able to catch what's going on as they're writing it, and not that they're writing the whole thing and then they give me a rough draft and it's just really far off of what they were supposed to be doing. It's really great because I can see what they're doing in the moment, and it keeps them on task, but also is super productive. It's a productive use of our time. So they send me those Google Docs. I put them to a folder. So like 7th period English, that goes in a folder. And then when they come in that day, I can click that folder and just go down the list and see where my students are at with their progress. It's a great teaching hack if you have that ability. It's been great. So that's what we're doing in 7th grade English. In 9th grade World Lit, this is a new class for me this year. I'm enjoying it so much because I've had these students in the past when I had them for 7th grade. It's really nice to have them again. We started off our year by reading personal accounts of people's lives. So the students worked in groups, reading these personal accounts and putting together boards with maps showing where different events happened, talking about the impact that these people had in their world. And it's just really a neat thing to read personal accounts of heroic people who are just everyday people. But one of those accounts that I read was by, I believe her name's Yeonmi Park, but she wrote this book about her story and it was so impactful. Then I read her second book. I'm really enjoying teaching that class. And now we're reading Animal Farm, and that's really cool too. So I love teaching English because I get to read books and get paid for it. So it's the dream job, I'm teaching a lot of different things this year. Oh, there goes my lights. I kind of like it with the lights off. This is cozy. One of them is a health elective for 6th graders. And for Christmas coming up, I wanted to do home economics for health class. There are these 3 weeks before Christmas break that we could definitely dive into another health subject, but I think it's really important to have health in every area of your life, and home economics is part of that, organizing your house, keeping yourself mentally healthy during the holidays. And so I created, and had a lot of fun doing it, this Christmas home economics mini unit. So this is on my Teachers Pay Teachers page. I'm going to link it below if I can, but right now YouTube is not allowing links to external websites. I can share videos in the description box, but it's going to be a couple months, I think, before they'll let links for other pages. However, I'm going to link the product, and sometime soon the link should show up. But if you want this product, just go to teacherspayteachers.com and search for Love Them Well. That is my business name. We are talking about holiday nutrition, budgeting for the holidays, kitchen safety, Christmas cookie science, holiday table setting, decorating on a dime, planning a holiday party, and hosting during the holidays. The students are going to get a little book that they take notes on. And so for the first day holiday nutrition, they'll take notes on this page, and I'm going to make them half size so they're not the full page. Then, like, this is the budgeting page. There's a teacher page with notes that you can talk with your students about how to set a good budget around the holidays. And then there's practice for that, some kind of activity where they practice whatever you've discussed. So this is where they're budgeting with a page that has some prices on it that are not real, but I wanted to not have them searching the internet for prices. So that looks like this, a little holiday shopping price list. For kitchen safety, they're doing charades where they will get a slip of paper that says something funny, like you leave a knife on the edge of the counter where someone could knock it off. They have to act that out, and then the class has to decide what are they doing wrong in the kitchen without words. What are they acting out that they're doing wrong? You climb on a chair to reach the top shelf for holiday decorations while you're carrying a tray of cookies. So Christmas charades with safety in the kitchen. I think this one's super fun. I think they're all fun, but this is baking mistakes. So after you learn what different ingredients do for your baking, okay, why did the cookies spread out too much? You need to find the reason here and match it. These are things that could go wrong with your baking, and this is why, and they're matching it up. So why did they spread out too much? Is it because you added too much water? Did you overmix or overbake? Too much flour, bake too long? So there's all these different options you get to decide after you take notes on what those different ingredients do. For the holiday table setting, I have a couple different options for activities, but for this one, the students are going to create a holiday table setting using only construction paper and nothing else. And they have to make a holiday table setting as fast as possible. I'm going to give them a time limit. Whoever has the closest to a correct holiday table setting with a plate made out of construction paper and forks and maybe some food, then they'll win the contest. It's going to be fun. Also, I have a horrible holiday guest skit. The students have to, after they learn skills on being a good guest in someone's home or what to do when you're hosting, they then have to make a quick skit of something going wrong, a holiday guest being rude or like doing crazy things, and then they act it out. It's just gonna be really fun. So, Christmas home economics for my 6th grade health class. I'm all about projects for math. I love figuring out ways to apply the math the students are learning to something real life. So this is a product that I made called the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and the students come up with their own drinks and donuts, and they describe them, they put prices on them, and then, and pies as well. They decorate their storefront, and then they take orders from friends, and they have to add them up. So we're practicing adding decimals, but then they also have to figure out the sales tax. So we're practicing that as well. The last page is word problems, like if your friend decided to order double, how much is that? You're going to give 12% of your orders total to local charity. How much would that be? So that is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe project. Very fun. Again, you can find that on my Teachers Pay Teachers page, and my kids love it. It's so much fun. On a personal note, I wanted to share what I've been reading lately, because that's something else I'm very passionate about, is reading. And I just finished The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand. She's kind of a newer author for me. I did read her Winter Street novels last Christmas, and I loved it. It was a whole series. I read them really fast, very fun and wintry, and it was this family drama. But this book, The Academy, she wrote with her daughter, and it is just, the story was so interesting. There were parts in it that were not appropriate, so I would not recommend this to my students or to young adults, but to 30 and 40-year-old women who would like to be just kind of swept away by this interesting drama going on at this boarding school. It was a really well-woven together story. And so now I'm looking into more of her books, and I've got a couple of them that I've reserved at the library, and they should be here soon. There go my lights. But that's exciting. I've really enjoyed her. I really enjoyed that book. It might be one of the best books that I read this year. I'm also reading the Ron Chernow biography of Alexander Hamilton. I love the musical Hamilton. And so I'm reading the biography and I'm annotating it. So it's taking me a long time to get through it because anytime I see a reference from the musical, like from that book, I'm writing out to the side. Like if it's music lyrics, I'm writing the lyrics out. If it's some kind of fact that I knew because of the musical, I'm writing it out to the side. It's really fun. Then I also just want to put another plug in for my friend Beth, who started a YouTube channel about 3D printing, and she's doing it with her twin sister. It's called Twin 3D, and it is so much fun. So I'm not plugging this just because she's my friend. I'm really enjoying her channel. We can watch it as a family, which is great. They go through the whole process. They talk about what they're gonna make. They make a bunch of things according to that theme, and they have different rules that they're following, and then they share what they made, and it's really fascinating and fun. So I wanted to share that with you if you want something really fun to watch. Also, I'm just inspired by the things she made. She made me this really cool dragon that's on my bookshelf. I'm gonna link the video below where I show you everything she's made for me. Not everything, she's made me a lot of really wonderful things, but I'm gonna link that video below. You can watch it, it's really cool, and she's just great. So I wanted to plug that one more time. Probably I'll do it every time, but I wanted to plug it again because it's fun. And I just wanted to share a little bit about my great uncle Roy. He is a World War II veteran. He's 98, and we have the honor of going to see him honored at a high school next week during Veterans Day. He's going to be in a parade if it's not too cold for him, and then they're going to honor him at a lunch, and a bunch of other veterans too. But he's their only World War II veteran that they will have there. And it has been such a cool experience to get to know him better. I've known him my whole life, but he has been living with my parents for the past 2 or 3 years now, and he's just a really cool guy. I did interview him a couple months ago, and I will link that video below because his stories are just really cool. I mean, truthfully, we're starting to lose some of those stories, so I'm really glad I got them on film. I'm really privileged to know him. And so if you want to see that video, it's down below, and maybe I'll get to take some video of him being honored at the Veterans Day assembly at the high school. But just a really cool thing to get to know him. And it's gotten me thinking a lot about stories and the stories that make up your life and how cool that is that we have all these stories, but some stories don't get told. I got my lights back on. So I'm not really that hardcore about this channel to have a microphone for my phone, but in May this year, I was thinking one day, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if my phone just fell into a bucket of water just randomly? Because then what would I do? Maybe I would have a whole summer without my phone. I'd be free. Well, then it did happen. Like a couple days later, my phone fell into a bucket of water and it was fine, but the sound doesn't work anymore. So I have this microphone, and Ryan Trahan does it, so it's fine, but he holds it like this. Anyway, that's why I have a microphone. I'm not like super obsessed about the sound quality, but I probably should be. Anyway, so I have been trying to be more intentional about sharing stories with my kids, things from my past that just kind of come up. So on the way to school, my daughter's our DJ and we listen to songs and it's really fun. And then I told her, hey, you need to put on This Side by Nickel Creek. The kids hadn't heard it before, but it was one of my favorite songs in high school. So then we're listening to the song and I'm thinking about high school. And so I told my kids a story that just kind of like means something to me, but I never thought to really share it before. And it's that I went to go see Nickel Creek when I was in high school. I think I was a junior. And you know, those are the days where you're starting to find this new freedom. You can go places, you can drive places. So I had this really good friend who was a guy, but it was strictly platonic, but I just liked him so much. Like we had so much fun together. And so we both liked Nickel Creek. We saw there was a concert. And so we drove to the train station. We took a train to this theater that was having Nickel Creek play. And I just remember feeling so grown up and so special. And even though this friend was just a friend, he was still kind of cute and tall, and I just felt very safe, even though we were in the city. And so we were at this concert, and the guy that was the main guy playing the guitar looked at me, and I was like, ah, and he winked, probably because I was being the biggest dork ever, but it was just fun. I was like, oh my gosh, he winked at me. But then it was just so sweet to remember that time with my friend, and we even held hands, again, strictly platonic, but we were in a crowd, and I thought, this just feels so fun and safe, and I had never held hands with a boy before. So there's just a fun memory. I told my kids that story, and it's just fun to remember things like that. But my uncle has me thinking about that kind of stuff, like share your stories with people, and just even little things that you may think aren't going to matter to other people, but it's fun to share. And I think they do matter, because these stories weave together to, like, they build together, make this life. It's kind of cool. So anyway, I love stories, but that's why I like reading so much. I love stories. Okay, I think that's everything for today. Yep, it's been fun. Basketball's a blast. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying this season. I always love this time of year. You can't see it, but outside the windows, it's just beautiful trees, beautiful colors, and they're so vibrant and lovely. So I'm thankful. God is good, and I'm just thankful. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye.